welcome to the show. I am your host, Tracy Tim, and you are watching the Nth Degree TV, the place to be to take your career from stuck to unstoppable. Now is your time, and this is the show that's going to help you get there. This week on the blog, I ranted a little bit about a concern that I keep hearing from my clients. Whether we're working one-on-one or they're participating in my digital career clarity program called the Nth Degree Academy, I always seem to get this same complaint from the majority of job seekers that I work with. It usually goes something like this. You know, Tracy, I'm really committed to this and I really want to find a job that I love, and I'm so tired of dreading work every day, but I just have so many things to do. I'm so busy, I have a ton of responsibilities, and I just barely have the time to focus on that stuff outside of my current job and everything else I have going on. But I really, really want to do it. Now, I'm not hating on this complaint, and I'm certainly not discounting the fact that we are all insanely busy people. I know that if I have an empty calendar, I just have a knack for filling it. However, upon deeper inspection, I usually find that my clients who are struggling with overwhelm and lack of time actually have the time, they just choose to spend it somewhere else. So, if this is you and you find yourself constantly struggling to make any meaningful progress on your big picture goals, like finding a job you love, but your house is spotless, your dishes are clean, your laundry's done, the dog's been walked, and you've called your mom to say hi, then I have an important lesson for you today. It's called the Eisenhower Method. That's right, Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States. Eisenhower is famous for having said this quote, "I have two kinds of problems, the urgent and the important. The urgent are not important, and the important are rarely urgent." Eisenhower used this maxim to schedule and prioritize his daily and weekly activities so that the most important tasks were completed and his most meaningful results were achieved. He created what's now called the Eisenhower Matrix, which was popularized in Stephen Covey's best-selling book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Here is an example of that matrix. First, you have two axes, one for urgent and non-urgent, and one for important and not important. Then you sort daily and weekly activities into one of these 4 quadrants, depending on the urgency of the task and its overall importance. Urgent activities are those that require our immediate attention, while important activities are those that contribute to our missions, values, and goals. So here's how the tasks break down. First, you have important and urgent things, which should be done immediately. Those are crises, deadlines, and problems. Second, you have important but not urgent tasks, which should get an end date and are done personally. Relationships, planning, recreation, etc. Third, you have the unimportant but urgent tasks, which should be delegated. Those are the interruptions, meetings, and activities that we all deal with. And fourth, you have unimportant and non-urgent tasks, which should be dropped. Time wasters, pleasant activities, etc. We will call these do, decide, delegate, and delete. The important thing here is not the matrix itself, but actually using the matrix to realize where you're spending your time and correct your activities so that you're actually making progress towards your desired goals. The more unimportant and non-urgent tasks you can delete, and unimportant but urgent tasks you can delegate, the more you can do that, the more you'll have time to dedicate to your important but non-urgent pursuits. The really cool part about this method is that the more time that you spend on the important but non-urgent tasks, the fewer urgent tasks you'll have. As Stephen Covey says in his book, your crises and problems would shrink to manageable proportions because you would be thinking ahead, working on the roots of problems, and doing the preventative things that keep situations from becoming crises in the first place. Now, when it comes to your career and finding work you love, I like to use the Eisenhower Matrix as a gut check for my clients. So here's how you can use this for yourself. Ask yourself honestly, what one change could you make that would have an enormous impact on your ability to find a job you love? Try really hard to identify one thing you could do more often that would really move the needle on this important goal. And once you've done that, look back at the last week of your life. Grab a sheet of paper, make a 2x2 matrix like the one you've seen here, and sort all of your activities from last week into one of these 4 quadrants. Then ask yourself, how much time did you spend doing that one thing that would really impact your career? If that thing accounts for less than 10% of your time last week, then we got some work to do. This won't be easy, and in some circumstances, it will seem impossible. Perhaps this feels true for you if your one thing is quitting your job. But hey, you have bills to pay. I get it. So start small. Figure out how you can consolidate, delegate, or automate some of the urgent but not important tasks in your day to leave room for the ones that really matter. So now I want to hear from you. What's the one thing you could do that would add massive value to your career pursuit? And what urgent but maybe not so important task can you alter or delete to make more room for that activity? I really want to hear about your career journey, so please leave a comment below this video. Also, you can get the discussion going on our sweet little space on the World Wide Web, tracytim.com. So get on over there and leave a comment to get those creative juices flowing. While you're there, make sure you hop on our email list where you can receive our free guide that's all about knowing when it's the right time to quit a job that you hate. There you'll find the 8 essential questions to ask yourself to find out if it's time to finally take that leap and start doing something that you really, really love to do. And I bet this Eisenhower matrix comes up in there at least once. Did you like this video? I hope so, because I did. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out some other videos that you might find helpful. And that's a wrap for today. Remember, now is your time, and with a little bit of work and a little bit of help, I promise that we can take your career from stuck to unstoppable. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of the Nth Degree TV. And his most meaningful result, that would be results. Take 2.